So, this is the old harbor you've been talking about. But are you sure it's the right one?
My grandfather's old maps have never lied to me, Phil. This is exactly what this island needs right now.
Still can't believe all this K has been left here for all these years. Why was it abandoned?
After my father's improvement scheme for Naplet Harbor, all commercial traffic was just simply redirected to that new refurbished harbor. The Sodor Shipping Company saw no use for it after business started vanishing from here.
But now that we're short on 2 seaports for the foreseeable future...
It means I've hatched an improvement scheme for myself. I've got to present this to the railway board quickly.
But sir, a project of this size is going to cost us greatly. I'm not sure if our investors or shareholders are going to be pleased about this. And not in the state of our country's economy.
Well, I'll agree, it is certainly a gamble. What is the alternative? The railway is losing pennies by the second from these recent accidents. The money I have for the Flying Scotsman repairs are starting to dry up thanks to that blasted fire at the steamworks. And the last thing I need is that bloody lawsuit on top of all this. Right now, my job as controller is to make difficult decisions and, most importantly, to take action. Right now, I must take action for the sake of this railway.
And you think even with this possible conspiracy going around, that it's still worth the risk? If this project is what you deem good for this railway, no matter what, then by all means, sir, I'll back you through this 100%.
That's what I like to hear, Phil. Why don't you and Mr. Angelus continue surveying this area? I need to take a trip to the mainland. Rest assured, gentlemen, once this harbor goes fully into operation, not only will it greatly benefit our financial struggles from our recent accidents, but once Napford and Brendan resume operations, we will be striving for profit like it never has been before.
This is quite the ambitious project, Sir Topham. And a very costly one.
Lord Harwick, dearest members of the Railway Board, I can assure that your investments shall be rewarded greatly.
Have you spoken with the Board of Commerce about this and gathered their input?
I've secured interest from the controllers of the Skarloey, Codyfell, and Arlesdale Railways earlier this week. The board also believes that this project would further benefit this island's overall commerce. The statistics aren't lying, so I ask you to trust them if you can't with my words.
Very well. The board recognizes the proposition made by Sir Topham Hatt to commission and invest in the proposed Tidmouth Harbour reimbursement project. All those in favour say aye.
Aye!
The board has come to the resolution of authorising the Tidmouth Harbour reimbursement project.
If there's one subject synonymous about the island of Sodor, railway enthusiasts across the world would claim that it's about its modern history of its bastards of Ireland. The matter that makes the railways on this island so attractive are of course the engines that run it. It is home to one-of-a-kind engines, and home to the preservation of history. The island's railway ecosystem is home to a big range of diverse engines, such as big engines and small engines, and even the smallest ones.
Look, Mummy, look at a small train and it looks like toys.
Toys? Toys? I'll have you know, kid, I'm one of the finest pieces of machinery on this side of the island. I will not be referred to as something as degrading as a toy.
Oh, come on now, Mike. It's only just a child. It's unfair to be tough on him like that.
Ha! Of course you of all engines would say that. You're like, what, barely 20 years old now? Practically a child in engine years.
Forgive me, Mike, but I don't think I quite understand your point.
I have no point, Jock. Why don't you get off my tender for a change and go be really useful or something? Gee.
Ah, Chuck, just the engine I need. You're heading back to Osborough West, right?
That's right, sir.
Good, I need a ride back. It's urgent.
What's urgent, if I may ask?
Oh, the Fat Controller has an urgent meeting for us. From the sounds of it, it seems the Railway Board for the North Western Railway is approving the Timber Power reimbursement project that the Fat Controller was discussing earlier this week.
Oh, what does that mean for us, sir?
It means great news for us, Doc. Now come along then, no time to wait.
All right, sir, right away.
Okay, it's me. Just over here on that small controller bloke. Look, Doc, it's confirmed. The fatty's going through with that project or whatever it is. Right, I'll keep observing this place. Yet to meet your agent, but I reckon he'll go through with this. I'll contact you later tonight.
Expressionless and cold, there's a girl locked away in the dark all alone. She finally breathes her last. Everywhere we look, we see hopelessness. Pain and despair fills this life. Slowly we drown in this world that can never be changed. Open your eyes, a reality is a shadow of itself, broken and devoid of hope. What does it mean to freedom? Every single feeling, every moment, all that it felt, longing and agony, bleeding in desperation. It could be love. Fade away. I don't get to feel shouting for right or right. Yeah, is there no passion left? All of this drama seems so dead to me. Discord is all that's left to see.
Discovering better be important. We've already got a lot to do on this railway.
You haven't been much of a morning engine recently, have you, Gordon?
I remember when you used to pull the express, you'd always be the first to leave the sheds.
Well, that was then. This is now.
I say, Toby, where would Thomas be at this time? He'll be late for this meeting.
Oh, haven't you heard? His, our support group that we've started. Thomas wanted to take the helms for a bit. So he's probably over at Tidmouth Yard looking over Billy and all.
Yeah, he's been hooked up on the whole therapy group thing. Guess that's why Arthur, Stanley, and the others aren't here yet.
Well, we're certainly not going to be missing their presence here.
Really, William? Now?
I told you all that therapy group nonsense would be trouble. The Fat Controller called us all to an important meeting here, and none of them are even bothering to show up!
Aren't you forgetting that the Fat Controller made an exception for them? And since when did you start caring about meetings like this, James?
I care about bringing everything back to normality, Emily. And getting called to an important meeting like this means that we're finally moving on to something else.
Why are you and William this uptight about a support group? Haven't you realized that not all of us deal with trauma the same way as you lot do?
Trauma? Oh, please. What's there to be traumatized about now? Sure, the steamworks burnt down, but nothing valuable like Jim was lost. He made it out safely. That troublesome lorry or whatever is no longer a problem for us.
Aren't you forgetting about Billy, William? He's still completely shook about nearly being killed.
Well, give it time, and I bet Billy will return to his former hillbilly self. And how do we know it was really an attempted murder? We know how much of a clumsy engine Billy can be.
That's so shameful of you, William. We're all also still worried about Molly and Mia. How on earth should we just move on from that?
Alright, look. Now you're just misrepresenting our point here.
Oh, for Pete's sake! Do you all feel this way about Oliver, too?
Do you honestly think we don't care about Oliver? Not a day goes by when I don't think about him, but he would never want us to dwell on it for all eternity. How dare you use his name like that?
Perhaps I was going a bit too far, Emily.
Yeah, you're right, Toby. I'm sorry, Duck, Donald, Douglas.
But the point still stands, James. Your group, coalition or whatever is doing more harm than good.
The Branch Line Coalition is not going anywhere, Toby. Not until your Shunters group realizes what it's really doing for this railway.
Is that what you all are doing on this railway now? Just nothing but a shouting fest? It's ironic, James, your little Branch Line buddy group accuses Thomas of wasting the railway's time. Yet all you've done was nothing but stir up arguments, which in itself is time wasting.
That's rich coming from you, Diesel. Like we'll all forget that time you were buddying with your revolutionary crowd over at your Diesel Works.
You leave Diesel out of this, James.
Oh, save it, Percy. Don't you think your little therapy group is actually doing any meaningful help either? I certainly hope I am not the only engine in this entire damn yard that sees the bigger picture here. This railway is under attack, and yet both of you find it best to start little groups for pretty fights like this. I thought I had a bit of faith coming here to listen to what the Fat Controller wanted to deliver, but it's clear to me now how truly time-wasting this is.
Hey, Diesel, come on now. Sorry guys, I'll go talk things out with him. You mind filling me in on this later, Sydney?
Oh, of course, Bobo.
It's Boco, Nimrods.
Are you sure, Norman? I've always thought it was Kobo.
Yeah, thank you too.
Good morning, mates.
just as I expected. That tank engine is a no-show.
My dear engines, may I have all your attention?
We've been waiting for the last 30 minutes, sir. I don't see where our attention would be.
Very humorous of you, Gordon. Either way, I've gathered you all here to address the recent events and what's to come going forward. With the renovations of Vickerstown Station entering its construction phase, along with the hiccup that was the, Steamworks fire, which has left the railway in much more financial troubles than previously, which is why I'm proud to announce a new project.
What's this project going to be, sir?
Since Knapford Harbour and Brendam Docks will be out of commission for the time being, I've discussed with both the Board of Commerce and the Railway Board about reimbursing the old harbour at Teignmouth.
That old place? Have we still got rails set up there?
Indeed we do, Edward, but they're very old and in no shape of being used. They're better off being torn up and replaced. Now, this is going to be a very big project, so I want all the engines to work double these coming months. But I assure you, once this harbour opens, it'll mean more jobs and finally a place to import and export goods. As mentioned, there'll be plenty of work. Starting tomorrow, I and all the branch line foremans will be handing out all your new jobs. That's all I have to address here. Thank you all for coming.
Capital. Now I can finally get back to work.
Toby, Percy, I've noticed that Thomas and some others weren't present here. Make sure they're informed about all of this. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Of course, sir.
Oh, sorry, Toby. Would you mind telling him the quarry needs me for another double shift?
I'll handle it, don't worry. Don't overwork your rods now, okay?
Yeah, and while you're at it, tell them to show up next time.
Jack, I really am sorry for...
Of course, back then it was a different time. I think people knew it was dangerous, they just thought maybe small quantities wouldn't kill them.
Wait, so you're seeing the ballast under our wheels right now?
No, thankfully, not these days. When the Fat Controller realised the issue, he sought out alternatives. I don't know the ins and outs of ballast processing, but I think...
I mean, does anyone?
No, you're quite right, actually. I mean, it's not something we take an A-level in or anything, is it?
Huh. Perhaps that's why people say I look so stoned whenever they see me.
What? No, it's not like sniffing petrol, Charlie.
Charlie, shame on you.
Hey, I thought it was funny if no one else did.
We didn't, it's lead, Charlie.
Oh, well, excuse me for letting you on.
Oh, that was
Brother, this guy stinks.
Charlie. Vile engine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hello. Here comes trouble. Carry on without me, folks?
Sure, go right ahead.
Yes, of course.
Let me guess. I missed a briefing?
You're beginning to make a habit of that, I noticed.
Won't be for long.
How's today's session gone?
Shorter than I expected, to be honest. After recent events, I think everyone just sort of bucked themselves up. And now we found a new normal.
Good.
Paxton said no to coming back, though.
Less good.
Still, what's done is done. If we think about trying to go back and change things, we'll just drive ourselves insane. I'd rather focus on things we can affect now, like the curfew.
Curfew?
One of the constables mentioned it this morning. Kids and young adults are to be at home and inside after 8 at night. Something about preventing further antisocial behaviour.
I won't even pretend to know how that works, but I know exactly why you brought this up.
Beg pardon?
You forget at your own peril that I know you, Thomas the Tank Engine. You're asking if I agree with the decision the police have made. Or if I agree with you that they don't know what they're doing.
That obvious, eh?
Oh, yes.
Okay, look, I'm not saying it's unwarranted. They're just trying to protect people. I get it. I do.
I'm listening.
I just feel it's a bit much. The people of Sodor have been good to us.
All of them. We don't know every person on this island, Thomas. The life of a person here is a world apart from us engines. They have their own perspective of us, from outside the railway. And that can mean anything, from admiration to frustration. Before I go, I also wanted some clarity on something.
Name it.
It's about how long you'll be. Percy and I are covering your duties on the branch line for now, but when are you coming home?
No, genuinely, a giant paper dragon. I was half expecting fire to come out like this.
You're joking.
And you let them think that?
Hey, their expressions were worth it.
That's mean. That's so mean.
Soon, I hope. I did promise you I'd be back before long. I just need a little more time.
Alright, I won't try and force you back. The last time I checked, you consider your branch line to be the most important part of the railway. That's a pretty hard sell when you aren't running it.
It's just one part, Toby. My part, sure. But only one.
Morning, sir.
Mr. Starr, Mr. Mulligan. Please, it wasn't my fault. I didn't know that there was a...
Sir?
Oh, Phil. It's only you. Oh, I didn't know you were going to be here.
I'm sorry for startling you so suddenly, sir, but you're needed at the Vicarstown office.
What? What does the Board of Commerce want?
It's not just them, sir, but the chairman's there too.
Lord Harwick's there? What on earth is happening?
Oh, something terrible is happening over at the mainland, sir. It's urgent that you need to see this.
Of course. Let's go. So, what's going on?
You won't believe it, sir, but it's the Bank of England. Whole institution is in turmoil.
What?
During the night, several hedge funders over the Atlantic had sold billions of pounds on the foreign exchange market. Long story short, the bank has been buying millions of pounds by the second to keep the currency stable outside of Europe, as well as raising the country's interest rate.
What? That's unbelievable. That's the people's money they're using. Oh, those crooks at Downing Street. Gentlemen, what does the situation look like now?
Oh, terrible! The whole market's in damnation! What do you propose will come of all this?
You studied business in uni, didn't you, Fergus? This whole thing started with our country entering the European exchange rate mechanism. You remember, a couple of years ago, during the recession. Our membership means our bank can't lower the interest.
And if interest can't be lowered, then the value of our pound sterling in the European market stays the same, except in the international market.
All those blasted hedge funding yanks over at Wall Street got wind of this, believing the pound would sink in the market. Now the sterling is worth nothing in America or in the rest of the world. A cheap way for those billionaires to get richer than they already are while the common man suffers.
Oh, you're quite right, Phil. This whole bloody thing has been a disaster. Where's Mr. Heseltine?
He's in London, having a meeting with the Prime Minister and the Chancellor.
The 16th of September 1992 would be a grave day for the country's economy. By the second, the country was losing its money from its foreign exchange reserves, which was used to keep the pound stable in the foreign exchange market, as hedge funders across the Atlantic were selling billions of pounds by the minute at dirt cheap value from exploiting the UK's participation in the European exchange rate mechanism. There were a lot of preludes and build-up to this event, but one thing led to another. After several desperate attempts to maintain the pound's value, the Bank of England was defeated later that night.
In the meantime, the government has concluded that Britain's best interests are served by suspending our membership of the exchange rate mechanism.
From that day forward, history labeled that event Black Wednesday, the day the pound sterling crashed, and what it means to Sir Topham Hatt and his railway was an even bigger financial crisis, and all the more problematic the Tidworth Harbour project had just become.
Evening, Tim. How was the returning trip?
Pretty light, honestly. Every damn station has been near empty. Bet no one wants to spend another penny after today.
Don't get me started. That idiot Major was blinded by this European community. I didn't have brought our country in this exchange rate system or whatever. None of this would have happened.
Well, if you ask me, it's those bloody billionaire hedge funders that made the problem worse.
What do you think they're talking about, Mike?
You know, politics. Matter of fact, I don't think anyone really knows what politics are. Oh, what's up with you, Rex? You're not one to look so down.
Mike, have you noticed how fewer passengers we've had lately?
Have I ever been someone who cares about passengers?
I'm being serious. I've noticed it for a few days now. The coaches used to be packed. So packed people will complain about being squashed. Now the trains are at least half full. Maybe less.
Well, if you were a passenger, would you want to travel in an open coach when it looks like it could chuck it down at any second?
I would assume that too, but it's been raining all day, and we've been using saloon coaches. This is how it's been.
Huh. So we've had a few rough days with passengers. Why the fuss? We don't always have perfect days, you know.
That may be true, Mike, but I'm pretty sure it's never gotten this bad. Do you think it has to do with all the recent accidents?
Accidents? You mean all the ones on the big engines lines? How could those have any effect on us?
I think about it, Mike. If there was a series of accidents that involved people being more than just hurt, would you want to continue to travel by train?
That hardly explains anything. We're not like the other railways.
No, but we are still a railway. Who's to say the people aren't afraid of us?
Afraid of us? A kid called me a toy yesterday. I think you're just overthinking things, Rex.
I doubt it'll get any better.
It's just as empty as it was yesterday. If not, emptier even. Morning, Bert. Any passengers waiting while you were passing the stations?
Morning, Jock. Sadly, it's barren along the line. It's been rather bad this season. Not just on our railway.
What do you mean, Bert?
Oh, you haven't heard yet? My driver read the morning paper today. The Mountain Railway is closed. It bloody closed earlier this morning.
The Mountain Railway? Wait, you mean the one on the Coldy Fell? Closed? Just like that?
That whole thing yesterday with the bank and orders made everything much more expensive. On top of the fear-mongering of all these recent accidents that's been happening.
Fear of accidents? But that railway has never had any.
Well, apart from that one incident shortly after the railway opened, it's been accident-free for the last century, from what I've heard. It's just frustrating. Let's not fear the worst now, Jock. Keep those pistons pumping now, with or without passengers.
The news had spread like a forest fire. The Cuddy Fell Mountain Railway had closed its doors for below traffic, as well as the event of the stolen crash.
Have you all heard about the Coldy Fell Railway?
They closed it! They bloody closed it!
We were just talking about it, Mighty Mac. I feel so sorry for Coldy and the mountain engines. I can't imagine being shut in the sheds without any certainty of the future.
I most certainly don't have to imagine.
We get it, Grandpa, but it's scary to think that the fear we all had weeks ago actually happened. Though, on another railway.
I most certainly hope it won't become a trend from here on out.
It just bothers me so much that something like this just happened. Without warning even.
It happened before, it'll happen again. History always repeats itself.
We've never had any uplifting conversation from you, Duke. Just saying.
The news I got from the Bahrain family has been quite tragic, to say the least.
It's a shame, really. I've known Walter for many years. He told me that managing the Mountains Railway had become his dream job.
What do you say will happen now, Stephen? If the Mountain Railway closed, that leaves a large void in investment.
Indeed, sir. I've also been meaning to mention this, but I've also been noticing the same decline in passenger traffic on my small railway. Yesterday's financial crisis seemed to have added more damage.
Well, despite the cost of the project being more expensive, I've secured enough funds from the Bahrain family. They've agreed to invest the remaining earnings in this project, where they'll be receiving some in return once this project is complete.
Peregrine dear, sorry to interrupt your meeting, but someone is at the door. Are you expecting someone named Mr. Berglund?
Oh yes, bring him in here, dear.
Sorry for coming here a bit late. Haven't been to this part of Ireland that often.
Mr. Berglund, happy you made it.
So, you're Sten Berglund, owner of the Arsdale Ballast Granite and Gravel Company, right?
Oh, absolute, sir. Pleasure to finally meet you. You know, I used to work with your father in the past doing the construction of the Salisbury Railway. I'm actually happy to work with his son.
I share the excitement, Mr. Berglund. You've actually arrived just in time. We were just about to discuss investment and how we could potentially solve Mr. Duncan's financial problems. Now, I've decided to lay new tracks along Tidmouth Harbour, so I'm placing a high demand on ballast. Starting today, I'm placing a large order from your mines. I'll also be granting each of you enough funds to source the ballast and transport it.
It'd be a pleasure to finally work for the ballast for this project. I'll be able to supply ballast by the minute with Mr. Duncan's various engines. Now that solves one problem, but what of you, Mr. Percival?
I'm grateful for your concerns, Mr. Berglund. I spoke to Sir Handel Brown last night. We had a meeting with Sir Liam Stewart as well. It seems our compensation from the Blue Mountain Quarry debacle, as well as construction of the surveillance outpost at the old slate quarry, will manage us for the time being. Although, I would be lying if I said I didn't feel shameful for using what essentially is money from taxpayers, especially after what happened last night.
Unfortunately, we're short on choices, Peregrine. The sooner we get this project done, the sooner our problems will be gone.
Afternoon, engines. I've asked for you all here as there's something important to discuss. It's about the lack of passengers, isn't it, sir? Indeed, Rex. It's become apparent that over the last few weeks, number of passengers have dropped significantly, made apparent by the recent closure of the Culdifell Railway. We speculate the reason could have been the financial disaster last night, but the recent accidents of the North Western Railway is the most likely cause. Since there are so few profits being made with passenger trains, we are making less than we usually do. Therefore, as reluctant as I was against this decision, passenger services on the line have been cancelled.
Cancelled?
Canceling the passenger services? But sir, my specialty is to pull passengers. I'm practically useless now.
What will happen to our railway? Will it close? Will we be shut in the sheds like the mountain railway engines?
That's enough! Believe me, this is news I wish to never deliver, but this is the reality of the situation, though that does not mean it is the end of the line for us.
It's not, sir?
Earlier today, I was in a meeting with Sir Topham Hatt, Mr. Percival, and Mr. Bergland here, where we've been informed that the demands for ballast have skyrocketed, all thanks to the Tidmouth Harbour reimbursement scheme.
I can promise you all that there's gonna be more than enough jobs for all of you. You all will really still be videos for engine.
Moreover, local farms along the line are still willing to contract with us, so it is my hope that once this crisis that has struck this island fades away, passengers will return.
Well, that's something, I suppose. It sounds like a lot, though. I can't remember us having to shift so much ballast at once.
I know, Bert, but I also know you will all do your best, as you always have.
That's all we'd like to deliver. Passenger services will be suspended starting tomorrow. So Mike, Sigrid, and Frank, get ready for the remaining passenger services for today. Good day to all of you.
Of course, I always get the short end of the stick on everything.
Oh, will you stop complaining, Mike? These are serious times. The least you could do is be grateful we're all still useful for something.
Ugh. I can't imagine myself working at that dusty, loud, and downright filthy ballast mine. It is no place for an engine of my standards.
Well, you're just gonna have to get used to it, lassie. Lest you want to be stuck in the shed for the rest of the season.
I'm definitely considering it.
Well, I guess it's far from the end for us.
Well, it seems so. Better be ready, everyone.
Jock, what's the matter?
Frank, will we be okay?
What?
I mean, will we avoid closure?
Of course we will. You heard Mr. Duncan and Mr. Bergland. We have more than enough work, even without passengers.
But are we sure about that, Frank? How do we know the goods will be enough? What if it's too much? What if the ballast mines run dry?
I'm positive that will never happen. There is ballast all over those hills. Don't forget, Mr. Bergland is a very crafty and resourceful man. If it does ever dry, it won't be until after several years, decades even. Trust me, Jock. I know it's scary, but as long as we stick together and work our hardest, we'll pull through.
You're right, Frank. After all, it's teamwork that matters, right?
Exactly.
I hope that'll be enough.
Frank's words were good, and Jock knew this, but he was still very doubtful. Soon the sounds of chatting passengers had faded from the railway, and all that could be seen were heavy goods trains, hauled by troubled but determined little engines.
Despite the large investment I've gotten, I know the salary won't be as near as the same as when you were manager of the Caldyfell Railway, but it's the least I can do. Besides that, I'm happy to have you as the railway's first vice director.
Well, I should think so, Fergus. I guess that makes you the third controller on this island to have an assistant. I mean, that's practically what Phil and Koyama are.
I'd see it more than that if you ask me.
So, what's the first order of business?
Well, it's the matter of the railway's shares. Have a look here. Our shares have gone down significantly now that our passenger services has been canned. That blasted bank fiasco is affecting bloody everything.
You know what I've been noticing? I've been noticing more traffic on the roads around these areas. And not just buses, well, bussing about. You reckon that locals are starting to contract lorries to deliver their goods?
That would be unthinkable. I spoke with the Farmer Association earlier, and they promised to keep using my railway services.
That's being naive, Fergus, old boy. They know the prices to maintain our engines are going to be more expensive. Supply and demand dictates that the prices will ultimately just get higher.
It pains me to agree with you, Mr. Richards. I just hope at least the nonsensical fear will blow over, just so we can resume passenger services.
Mr. Duncan, Mr. Richards, I do apologise for intruding on your meeting unannounced.
Mr. McCarroll, here to hand me that timetable I asked from you yesterday?
Right indeed. Since Topham's new project will be demanding loads of shipments across the mainline to Bergen's processing facility at Kildane, I've decided to even throw Ryan on the schedule.
Oh, so we need to maximise everything we've got, do we, Conran? Not like the entire economy is in shambles, eh?
Yes, quite the contrary, Mr. Richards. You see, my engines of the Little Western have joined some kind of coalition or something along that line with some other branch line engines. I'm still not sure what it's all about, but I heard from Mr. Mackin that a similar group was working for his Farquhar engines. So that's that.
Yes, thank you for bringing this, Miss Carroll.
With pleasure. I'm not the one to spread rumours, but don't you think a project of this merit is a bit too soon?
Now what makes you think that?
Oh, don't get the wrong idea now. I've always placed good faith in Topham for the longest time. He entrusted me, after all, to lead the Harwick branch line project because I had faith in it. However, I've been hearing rumours that these recent accidents were possibly coerced, to put it lightly.
Are you suggesting? No.
Alright, let's say, hypothetically, that these recent accidents have been a case of industrial sabotage. How exactly are we supposed to prove it?
Well, I've never claimed that I believed in these rumours, but what is true and factual is the recent attempt on his life. I'd assume rumours have started circulating from there. Perhaps an Irish reunification plot. Point is, it troubles me to say that I'm beginning to question my confidence in Topham's ability to lead this project, given the circumstances.
But why do you feel it's necessary to share it with us?
Forgive me, but wouldn't you demand more from the Fed controller? On top of the financial crisis, shouldn't he be focusing on public relations instead of commissioning expensive projects? The public is, after all, afraid. And they were, after all, one of the reasons your railway was forced to shut its doors, Mr. Richards. Oh, I do say, where has the time gone? I've a lot more work to do on the branch line. If there's any more you'd like from me, Fergus, just give me a ring. Good day, gentlemen.
Do you think...
He has a point.
You think so?
I told Topham that a potential conspiracy going about would put people in danger. Although we don't know the exact merits of this conspiracy, or what evidence suggests it, since Topham is aware of it, this project would be a giant beacon for sabotage or terrorism. God knows the IRA seem to have a chip on their shoulder regarding us.
Let's slow down for a moment. We shouldn't forget that he almost lost his life in that car bombing. I'm certain something like that would affect anyone mentally.
Then he's simply not fit to lead us as of now, wouldn't you say? Oh, don't give me that look, Fergus. I can see it in your eyes, you're considering it as well. I want to trust him, believe me. But of course, I did trust him, and look what happened.
We'll just have to wait and see. I can't think of anyone else to take the helms that Topham is clinging on to as of now.
It's no use. I tried damn near everything.
Evan replacing her fuel?
That too.
Sounds like a fuel problem. Had any trouble with yours, B1? Fuel was fine for me, B2. Maybe the ballast got in your air intake. Guess that explains why she's so scared of ballast.
It's not funny, you two.
Nothing's wrong with her engine. It seems to just be as fine as the day I built her.
Are you sure you're not just intentionally spluttering, old girl? We know you don't want to work at the ballast mines.
Oh, please. I may be petty, but not that petty.
Try pushing the ignition key on. Great Scott!
Sigrid!
Oh, good God!
My engine! Oh, shit! Put it out! Put it out!
Sigrid! Ivan! What the hell happened?
Her engine, it just went into flames.
How is that even possible?
I don't have the slightest clue even. I checked every nook and cranny in her engine. There was nothing wrong. The driver here tried to turn her engine on again. Then...
Oh no.
What? Oh, what happened to Sigrid? Her engine just went into flames? But she seems all right.
Well, I mean, Mr. Farrier will be able to repair her. All right? All right?
The following morning, the engines were all still shook of Sigrid's engine catching fire. Any worry that the small engines had previously was amplified by tenfold after that event.
Mr. Duncan, sir, what's going to happen to Sigrid?
I'm afraid the damage to her engine was too significant for Mr. Farrier to fix. As a matter of fact, she'll need an entirely new engine.
But that is still possible. Right, sir?
It is, but I'm afraid she'll have to be sent to the diesel works at Vickerstown. And worse than all this, it's going to cost us too much.
Too much, sir? You don't mean...
It means, Mike, Sigrid of Arsdale will have to be withdrawn from service indefinitely until I can properly finance her repairs.
Oh, don't look so sad, Mike. We'll just ask our insurance firm to cover the cost of this freak accident. Or we would if the bloody pound was still worth something.
Frank? Are they saying that if we break down, we won't be able to be repaired?
Sigrid's case is... it's unique, Jock. It isn't like her brake pipe burst or anything. The small stuff, that is. So of course it's going to be more costly.
But even then, there's no steamworks for any of us to go to if a big accident were to happen to any of us.
Settle down now, Jock. Thinking like that is just going to make everything more troublesome than it already is. I wish I could say something better to you, but our only choice now is to keep working. Besides, Sigrid is a strong lass. She'll get through this.
Goodbye, Sigrid. We're certainly going to miss having you around here.
Goodbye, Bert, Rex, and everyone else. I never thought it would come to this. But you all should quit worrying about me and instead worry about this railway. I'll get through. You'll see.
That's our warrioress!
Hello there, Bert.
Hello, Donald.
Looking a bit down in the dumps, aren't you?
That's a surprise to you?
I suppose it shouldn't be. I heard from Dougie about Sigrid's engine catching fire. Poor wee lass. And I've heard from Duck too about the changes on your railway. Completely shameful if you ask me. A wonderful little railway being stripped down to a wee goods line.
Indeed. Even Mike disapproves of the idea of no passengers. Still, I'll take any work over no work.
Aye, if it keeps you running.
How have passenger trains been on the branch line?
They be running as usual. Why?
Oh, well, I would have thought our passenger trains being gone might have affected yours. With no tourists and all that.
Ah, dinna fuss yourself. There's still plenty of people around to keep those trains going.
I see. Well, thank goodness. God forbid if the Little Western suffered.
Och, God forbid indeed. Still, I would be lying if I said it wasn't completely smooth sailing.
Oh?
Aye, it's that muckle nuisance, Thomas. His wee shunters group is disrupting all the work on the main line. All their haver is causing big trouble for the Tidmouth Harbour project.
Oh dear. So that was the group William was talking about a week ago.
So it was your wee lads that gave William the idea to start our campaign?
Well, has there been any success in that?
Ha! We tried telling Thomas and his gang off. They wanted Tidmouth Yard all to themselves, when it's at the foot of our bloody branch line. And then they had the cheek to drag Oliver's name into this earlier this week.
To me, it sounds like your campaign just stirred more conflict.
If I'm honest, Bert, it feels like communication has been thrown out of the bloody window. The Fat Controller doesn't even seem to care about the conflicts happening.
I understand, Donald. Without proper communication, it's simply impossible to operate properly.
That's one way to put it.
What's up with you lot? Something about communication?
It seems the Fat Controller isn't interacting well with his engines, Rex.
And it's nothing but a cause for trouble. Our foreman, Mr. McHarrold, is getting the same treatment too.
I see where you're coming from, Donald. But you have to consider things from your controller's point of view. You're in charge of an entire railway, and with everything happening as of late, with the big project on the horizon, and that car bombing from what I've heard, I'd be shocked if you could keep it up with it all.
Aye, it's a fair point, Rex. All the same, I just hope he can pull through. If the Fat Controller himself can't keep up, that's a grim sign indeed.
I hear you, Donald. It's kind of the same with our controllers of late. Just give him time. It's all you can do right now. Anyway, if you don't mind me, a nice drink is in order.
You know, I just thought of something. For your campaign, that is. Maybe instead of directly approaching the problem, perhaps you should discuss among yourselves on a common goal that everyone wants, that doesn't require disrupting the railway's operation.
You might be onto something, Bert. I'll have a chat with William about this.
Splendid! And how have the goods trains been, if I may also ask? Since you mentioned Oliver, and with this big project coming along, will you and the other engines be okay?
Och, I'm sure. Dougie and I are always strong together. William's determined, and Duck never complains about work, being Great Western and all. We're just too far busy to make another complaint, you know.
Of course. Take care, Donald.
Thank you, Bert. Same to you and your railway.
As Donald slowly left with his trucks, Bert watched on, in deep thought and worry. If even the great standard gauge line that was the Northwestern Railway could struggle under such pressure, what would it mean for their tiny, little railway? Since Sigrid's incident, the days slowly passed. The more the engines passed their once busy stations, the more they noted the decay.
Have you all noticed the dust on the station windows?
Ah, especially at Marthwaite. I can barely see through them. They were always looking grubby before with how little they were cleaned. I've always wondered how that particular station master still has a job with how little care he actually puts into that building.
Well, you've made a fool of yourself a good few times and we still keep you around.
Oh, Pa, like you can talk. What's up with you, Jock?
Nothing. Nothing.
Are you sure, Jock? You don't look too well.
I guess. I've been feeling a little on edge lately.
On edge about what?
Well, about our home, of course. Half the work we do suddenly went away in a matter of days. And now, what about the rest of our work? What if that disappears too?
Oh, come on, Jock. You really need to lighten up a bit. I get it. We're not in the best positions right now. But moping around isn't going to solve anything. We still have work, and that's what matters.
Mike, I understand you don't want Jack dwelling on the negative, but it's far easier said than done.
I get that, Rex, but I'm just trying to point out that sitting around looking miserable will change nothing.
Mike is right. It won't change anything. I just need to keep going. And we'll be fine.
If you say so, Jock.
Right on time this round, eh?
We did our morning round today. The fathead's demanding reports from us more than usual. Looks like our whole ploy is really getting to him.
What about the operations of the small railway? Things are all ready for today. I made sure all agents involved are compliant.
Good. Once that's done, we're a step closer to initiating Phase 4. We'll be back later tonight.
Hold it. What is it? We got anything from my little bro? Did he make it out of the steamworks?
We don't have a clue yet. If we did, he'd be back with us now.
Well, he better be. The uneasy mood remained the same the next morning as all engines set out for work. Jacques was the last engine to leave.
What do you mean you've been reconsidered?
I mean just that. I know I agreed at first, but I've given it a lot more thought recently, and I want the best and cheapest transport for my goods.
But we've been the best transport for you, always. We've not let you down once.
You're right. But how long will that last? Look, I'm sorry, it's not your fault, nor is it Mr. Duncan's. This is a fine railway, and I would love to do business in the future. But right now, I don't think this is the safest place. Goodbye.
Bert, what's wrong?
Oh, that farmer had changed his mind about us delivering his goods. He doesn't feel safe having our goods be in our trucks anymore, on top of the prices being more expensive.
What? Change his mind?
He's now going to do business with some lorry company. It's far safer, he says, and cheaper. I can't say I entirely blame him, but still.
Oh no.
Ah, there you are, Yuck. Glad you bought those trucks. Looked like we were starting to one of them here. Been lots of damage for it lately, you know. Anyway, you can put those trucks into the mine right now, actually. If you just shop around, you can put
But
them...
right now, I don't think this is the safest place.
Hey, Jock!
Uh-huh?
Have you been listening to the man?
Oh, right. I'll get on it.
Well, come on then. No time to dawdle around.
What if that's not the only farmer? What if others do the same? What if Mr. Berglund decides to change his mind too? What work will we have left? What will happen?
No!
Yo, ooh!
What the?
Yoke! Yoke! Are you alright?
Clear the area! The mine's collapsing! I repeat, the mine's collapsing! Clear the area!
Well, Mr. Duncan, according to the fire chief, all miners are accounted for.
What are the casualties?
Only wounded, to various degrees. They'll be taken to Duke Cardinal's Hospital immediately, and rest assured I will make sure that all injuries are to be attended to.
I see. Thank you, Dr. Troughton.
Well, I guess there really isn't much to say other than what just happened. It's my fault.
Please, Berglund, it was one of my engines that caused the mines to collapse. The responsibility is all mine.
I'll see if there's anything to salvage, if there's any. It'll be all that's left to salvage in these hills without having to dig out a new mine.
Right you do, Berglund.
Fergus, I came as quickly as I heard about the accident.
So you did. Well, you're here now.
We've been talking, Topham and I, that is, before you got here. It was lengthy, but we've come to an agreement.
An agreement for what?
I haven't been transparent with either you, Mr. Percival, the Board of Commerce, or even the Railway Board. I've been so hesitant to talk about this conspiracy. I guess part of me felt so afraid that I'd be losing so much from looking into it. But slowly, I've begun to realize how much I'm already losing by just doing nothing. I commissioned the Teignmouth Harbor project in hopes I could focus on something else. But as we talked about, Mr. Richards, people's lives are at risk. It's about time I tell you everything of what we know about this conspiracy. Why it's happening, I'm still not sure. But something has been happening. And I fear something will happen soon enough.
I thought I was supposed to meet that Russian bloke.
Well, ain't the connection a diverse bunch, eh? Mr. K's busy prepping the next step of our plans. He entrusted me with this operation. Oh, the fire happened the other day in one of the diesel engines. You made sure his tank was filled with what we provided.
Yeah, I made sure of it.
Good. Well, that means the steelwork diesel is all set for the next step. I also saw that situation over at your ballast mine. That was some neat cover-up, I must admit.
Yokes, I mean, the engine doing was not part of the plan. It was merely covenanted. Those trucks wouldn't have coalesced the mine.
But you made sure that they did, and that's the important part.
I don't like what we are doing. Why did we have to make the railway suffer? Isn't the Northwestern Railway all you're after?
Our concern was getting that mine to collapse to disrupt the harbour project, and testing that fuel concoction's potency. Our railway's suffering, merely collateral.
What? Fergus Duncan deserved none of it. He's a fine man. I can vouch for that since we attended the same university. And his engines deserve none of it. We agreed that it will be just the Northwestern Railway that we target. Ah! Oof!
Don't backtalk me, you miserable twat! Perhaps it hasn't entered your thick skull yet, but your cooperation means there's no turning back. So here's a little lump of horse for you. Unless you'd rather not want us to do the alternative, it's in your best interest to shut up! Remember what you gained from this, mate. The boss promised all the gravel and granite from Shun Valley will be yours to exploit, and that can only happen if Fatty and his railway are gone. After all, the mine collapsing was an accident. I'm sure your insurance firm will be liable to cover the expenses, and we'll make sure of that. That ain't rushed up. You'll be getting a letter from Mr. K about our next course of action tomorrow morning. The air grew colder as the night continued. Silence traveled along the railway.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Well, that won't make a difference, will it? What the hell were you thinking? You just cost us our best source of traffic. The very reason we were brought here in the first place. All because what? You were on edge? Why didn't you just stay in the shed? Why did you continue working if you weren't fit to do so?
Oh, no!
You don't know?
I'm so sorry, everyone. I thought I could cope. I thought I could pull through in spite of everything. I thought I could carry on after Sigrid's fire, but well, that farmer deciding to deliver his goods by lorry, that was the last straw. I just couldn't take it anymore.
So that was it then. We lost one farmer, and that was all it took for you to lose any common sense you had.
Mike, please, you've made your point. It's unfortunate, but Jock didn't mean to do it. It was an accident.
Oh, sure. It was just an accident. An accident that will bring the end unto all of us. All because of this stupid, incompetent...
Mike! That is enough, Mike. I have no energy for you right now. I'm afraid it doesn't matter if Jock meant it. It doesn't matter if it was a complete accident. All that matters is the outcome. Dad, what is the outcome, sir? You all already know that. Mr. Bergman was not able to salvage anything from the hills. That was certainly not in any financial capacity to fund an opening of another ballast mine. Moreover, our passengers are long gone. As it stands, there is nothing for this railway. It will be closed for the rest of the season, and indefinitely.
Sir, what will become of us? Will we be sent away?
No, Bert. None of you will go anywhere. You will all be confined to these sheds. The doors will be locked, so no one can break in. I still want to remain hopeful and do my best to ensure this does not become a permanent arrangement.
But what about the track maintenance, sir? Who's going to take care of it while we're gone?
What's the point on taking care of something if it'll never be used in a long while? I'm sorry, you two. All of you. Are they done to be stored, Mr. Ferrier?
Yes, sir. Just oiled up the last of them.
It's going to be all right, Jock. It'll be all right.
Jock,
One day, I shall come back. Yes, I will be back, my dear engines. I don't know for how long, and I certainly don't know when. But there'll be one day we'll bounce back into action.
Goodbye for now, sir.
Been a privilege working with you, sir.
The privilege has been mine. Always.
memories fade to dust. And one by one they turn to run, so who can you trust? He pours us another glass and breathes in his empty past. Above the moon is waiting as I cave into lust. And way down beneath the ground the rain cries its tears. Threading mud, heated blood, I'm drunk off their fears. He wanders through every street, a blank gaze filled with deceit, fabricating innocence with a conscience kept clear. Barely there, empty stares as if a shadow in the night, hesitant on what is right, questioning if this is life, crying loud into the rain as my soul drowns in the pain, praying one day the clouds will break, shifting forth my withered faith. Here we meet once again, my yesterday damaged, time won't ever mend, clutching to memories, days where I still believe. Now all I do is break down deep inside and fighting back the urge to die. Flowers growing anew, returning each season through hardships they bloom. Grief I try hard to hide, pain eating me alive, trapped in a nightmare that just never ends. Wish the sun would shine again. And one by one, with the sun, the seasons bring life.